Hey everybody, and how's it going? It's Word Today here, and honestly, I mean it. How is it going? Let me know in the comments below how you're doing today. Is it, another tough day, slugging it out in school maybe, just working hard, work's tough, or, are you just loving life right now? Me personally, I'm in school, but I do love school, so I'm having a great time, and I do answer all my comments, so I will be there to answer. And yeah, this is what we're going to be running in Legend League. I've been wondering if, maybe you guys want to see other content. We're getting closer to the end of the season, so maybe not this season, unfortunately, because I do want to go for a nice ranked finish, and I've reset in the top 500 for the last week straight now. So we've been doing really well, but unfortunately today, my defense is getting absolutely cooked. I got hit by Itsu today on his mini, so maybe I'll be featured in a video. But my offense has been slacking just a little bit the last couple days, and today's it's not going to be able to at all. So let's go lock in and see what we can come up with. All right, so on base one here, above and beyond, I actually was messing around a little bit with a battle blimp. I don't think it's better. I just thought maybe there'd be a time. I know if you use the jelly warden, it can be nice to set up your fireball, but yeah, no, it's not going to be helpful. I might try it out though. We'll see what happens. But on this base, I'm looking like there might not be that much value in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, we're going to see what we can come up with. I think I've hit this base before, or something very similar, though. Maybe it was another above and beyond player, because I do come across them a little bit. And I like to hit the fire spitter on this base, because the rage tower over there is not too bad, but it's a little harder to hit. Maybe you'd hit a ricochet cannon, you'd only miss one multi, that wouldn't be too bad. But, I think the two spitters, you get a multi-arch, and clan castle, and I'm going to charge through this crusher mortar is a little bit better value, and should set me up a little better on the entry here. So I wouldn't mind pulling this poison tower and seeing all these Tesla. I'm going to need these balloons anyway, so might as well let them pull the poison tower at the same time. I'm going to rage right here. I've actually been looking into maybe going with the owl on the warden instead of the sneezy pulling the clan castle, which does happen fairly often, to be honest. And yeah, right here my warden should continue cooking, and probably he's going to go to this gold storage. There's a nice double invis. We go hit the fireball. He actually was on the run right there for a second, and it might have been a little sketchy, but we did get it pretty nicely. A little worried. Okay, he should go to left. I was going to say I was a little worried he might track to this multi, but no, we should be good right there. And going to try and check, but this Giga Bomb, I can't really check by it for any black mines, so hopefully there's none right here that are going to cook my healers, but yeah, we should be looking nice and good. And on a basis like this, I've done this plenty of times, but sort of like how you snipe out the mono, it would be very nice to snipe out this multi-inferno. Obviously, I got to be a little careful of the heroes right here, and there is a poison tower that's going to come back. But we should be looking pretty good right here. Warden's still moving. I got to keep an eye on him, though, because he's into some decent damage, but that skeleton spell you see cooking right there, I think that bugger should pull the poison tower. Nice, that's awesome. Okay, Warden does. He turns the town hall right here, so I'm going to rage him up. He's got a big job on his plate right here going for the town hall, but that's a huge target if he can do it, and I think he will. And yeah, I feel like what I should do is get my world champion already in, because I know my Warden's going to be going through some heavy damage right here. So I'm going to start my world champion down this corner. And yeah, what you're going to see me do right here, this is actually just to break in my queen. The world champion's going to walk for a little bit, and then I'm going to pop her spear right here just while she's up ahead. I kind of wanted to walk down a couple of these defenses and not waste my shield and spear on them. But yeah, we should be looking really nicely. You'll see my World Champion clear that Ricochet Cannon. We won't even have to take any damage from it. Now I'm going to freeze the two biggest defenses plus a hero right there. And yeah, we should be looking very nice. Going to try and clean up this backside as well. And yeah, this one's going to be a nice 3-star, which is always good. Checking for anything else. Maybe I could have had a swag World Champion. Who knows? But I like to make sure I get the 3 stars, so a good start to the day. And honestly, my last couple days I've failed on the second attack, so we're going to make sure we're locked on this one and get the start of the day rolling. Alright, Max Steel. I actually got hit by Max Eve or somebody earlier today, but this is an interesting base. I think I could snipe out an Expo, but I don't know how much that'll help me. Don't know if I really want any of that flinger value. I might go for the fireball by the town hall here. I think I really like that. I really do. Yeah, so I'm going to charge this whole bottom corner. And what I was going to say is yesterday I had somebody in the video comment that they learned that, a skeleton spell on a wall will trigger the Invis Tower. So watching YouTube is honestly just incredibly helpful to learn things. And I don't say that because I want you to watch me. I legitimately say that because I learned a lot of things when I did it watching Dark. And I think you guys can get a lot of the same value while watching me. And right here, I'm going to go in for this fireball on the town hall is what I'm aiming for. I might hit the rage tower though, which just misses the clan castle, which would have been a nice target to grab, but I don't think it should be crucial. The town hall will have, raged up heroes right here are a little scary, but luckily I'm facing one at a time right here, which helps. Okay, we're getting into the minion prince right there. I'm going to invis. Okay, the furnace is out right there. Should be targeting my warden. We do survive that, which is nice. I was maybe a little worried. Town hall is no longer raged, so I should be pretty good, I think, entering right here. A little sketchy of an entry, I'm not going to lie, going into the town hall raged up right there. And now my warden is going to move to the right side of this base, but hopefully not, continue with the heroes, but he might join into them, who knows. I've got a nice path, though, I think, set to have my heroes walk around this edge and hopefully go get the rage tower, because the warden's going to struggle through that rage compartment in the core. It's a very heavy core, so hopefully my heroes can go in and get that. I could go for a skeleton spell, but I'm going to try and save it for the monolith compartment right there. And I also similarly could use a rage onto my warden, or a skeleton spell, sorry, onto that ricochet cannon, but I might save it as well. So I'm going to continue walking around this base, and I'm getting my headhunters ready. Okay, I'm going to rage right here as I enter this section, because there's the king ability really nicely timed, and as I was saying, the warden's going to need to go through this whole section of the queen, ricochet, and scatter, and I think being raged up, being raged up through that's very nice right there. So I'm going to freeze the queen and then get in Rocketloons to tank the multi-arch. I've done that many times. Hopefully you know why by now. It's to tank the shots of the multi-archer tower, because then it weakens. If all three are on the warden, it does more damage. If only one's on the warden, it does less damage to him. So that's why I do that. And yeah, this one's wrapping up really nicely as well. Wasn't so sure how it was looking at the start, but we did manage to keep my warden alive and get the 3-star, which is very nice. And I like the Yetis, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe you like super minions better. Let's get in the next one. Okay, next attack. And yeah, as I mentioned, I've been liking the Yetis because it does give me the log launcher option, and I do find that they just often get more value than the super minions. But I don't know, on that one they are too slow. But when I find when they're too slow, it doesn't matter because the base is crushed, or they provide value. So I don't know, I really do like them, but maybe that's just me. On this base, I got a pretty tough decision right here. This is like one of those stacked bases that I just cannot decide really what I want to do. Oh, no way, right? Okay, my healers aren't going to die. They took some damage there, though. But I did manage to keep them alive. That might pull Clan Castle, though. That might have been stupid by me. Okay, a little bit right there. Now the king's right here. I'm just going to fight him. And we should be pretty good for an easy fireball right here. Nice setup right there. Okay, fireball hits, lands, nice. And we do have the Clan Castle still to face, but I'm not too worried about that. We'll see. My healers are pretty weak, but all the red mines are gone, so I don't have to worry about hitting on, which is one good thing, I guess, about hitting the farm. But I'm going to have to warden walk through this monolith and Clan Castle at the same time. There's probably a furnace, but luckily my warden's going to be facing it, so that's not too scary. But there's going to be ice golems, and they're going to be slowing me down. So I was thinking about going for maybe the, what's it called? Okay, there's actually just a bunch of headhunters. I think that's all there is. There's no way there's a furnace in there. I've pulled everything. Okay. Should have maybe made sure before I poisoned, but there was like 9 headhunters, so I didn't really have time to make sure. Okay, there still is an ice golem and a Rocketloon. That's crazy. I had an ice block if my warden was really in danger, but I think we're okay right here. What I'm going to do is, this one might take a while to wrap all the way around, so I'm going to be entering with, I was trying to be early on it. I'm not sure if I was even early, but that was my idea. That wall break's not going to make it, which is pretty unfortunate. Now it should, but I do need to open that wall. Okay, nice, it did. Barely, though. Wow, a little too close. King does get in there. His ability is going to go off on this wall to make sure this opens up, but it is what it is. I do need his ability right there. Hopefully my warden can stay alive. Yeah, that'd be pretty clutch if he does in the core right there. He's even not going to join the heroes, which is insane. I totally thought there was no way he doesn't join the heroes, but I was kind of okay with that. But he doesn't even join the heroes right there, which is insane to me. And he should be able to get more value, not with the heroes right here. So my queen and king are going to go take down that crusher mortar. Now he joins in. I'm going to try to invis, actually, keep my healers alive. And yeah, at this point, there's a pretty heavy section on this backside, but I should be able to get through it. What sucks is that the skeleton spell is now near the town hall, and that's about it, so it's not going to get much value. Ricochet cannon going down, those pretty nice. And yeah, I'm going to rage up right here just as I enter in. I'm going to try and ice block my world champion, but unfortunately that means I ice blocked my headhunter as well. But this one was a little maybe close here, but we're going to get the triple, which is always nice. Headhunter, since the world champion was locked onto my world champion, is going to go crazy right there. So we get the triple, which is very nice. I think I would have rather my Warden go left, and he didn't. Maybe I could have placed him more to the left to help with that. But nice 3-star anyway, and let's get the next one. Okay, Nevers from Derwelt clan, and we got an Invis core, but it's not Invis Rage. And interesting because there's an Invis, and then there's a nice poison section right here that also has good value. So, do got to make a little bit of a decision right here because I could just log launcher this.
Just you?
Yeah, I'm trying to film a video.
Oh, my bad.
That's okay. I just knew Ben wasn't here, so it'd be a good time. But I can always cut it out. But I'm going to go for this Poison Tower. Sorry, somebody just walked in. That's why I was quiet there for a bit. But I think I want to hit this Poison Tower section, maybe the Crusher Mortar. And then I'll go for the Log Launcher, as I said, onto the... okay, that's not ideal for him to follow, but we're fine. Okay, he's going to be walking this Ricochet Cannon now. I don't know if he's going to get it down. Yeah, he will. He should get that down before forcing. Okay, nice. Now I'm going to ice block right there. I'm going to try and hit the Crusher Mortar. Okay, nice. Clan Castle goes down with that. So that's a pretty good fireball. And as I said, yeah, I'm going to go for the Log Launcher approach into the Town Hall to trigger the Invis Tower. And yeah, I think this 6 o'clock side is hopefully my Warden can stay to the right and I can Sui the 6 o'clock side because a lot of value for a Skelly spell, Log Launcher Sui. I'll just have to make sure that I funnel it well enough, which can be tough right here. Wow, look at that. That's insane. But if I take down this mortar, which hopefully I can, or sorry, Wizard Tower, that'll funnel out the buildings as well, the trash buildings next to it. So, yep, that's looking pretty good. That's a pretty strong funnel now. And yeah, I'm going to start right here with my Sui. I want to take out that Wizard Tower, though. It's so close. It's pretty weak. There's a wall break now. My Warden's still doing fine. I'm keeping an eye on him, though, because I do not want to lose him. There's the Log Launcher. Okay, Warden's still doing fine. I do got to keep an eye on him, though, like really badly. So that's what I've been checking. King ability, I'm honestly just going to pop right here. I don't have an ice block, so I can't like freeze on the Town Hall, but look at that. That's perfect. Log Launcher is going to force it, and I still have lots of time. I'm going to Invis just to be safe right here. I think my Warden had that, but, you know, always be safe rather than sorry. Queen, I do want to push into the core. I kind of need her to, actually. And I should be able to. Yep, there we go. Yetis and Queen are going to the core, so I'm going to rage them up. They're going to go take down the whole core. And we should be looking beautiful for the 3-star on this one. My Warden might get pulled in a second right here. Hopefully not until he gets down the Expo, but it'll probably be before then, knowing my luck. Okay, nice. He actually gets the Expo down first. So there's my Queen ability. I'm going to start my Royal Champion from this bottom corner. I'm going to poison because, yeah, I could swag spells, but I'd want to make this as easy as possible and not scary as possible. Always get the 3-star. And yeah, I don't know. Swag's kind of cool, like especially for a video to show you guys how dominating this army is. But at the end of the day, if I'm going to fail, you're just going to see that I failed and be like, you know, it's not that good of an army. So I got to show you guys that it's powerful. So I'm going to use my spells here and get this 3-star. But pretty convincing in my opinion. I think that was a very nice dissection of the base. And yeah, let's get in the next one. All right, next attack. We've got ourselves a core hook tower from Maverick here. So we do got to be a little careful of that, but what I would like to try and do is get my king forced into it with a little bit of a hero charge right there. And I think I should be able to do that pretty well in this base. Yeah, this one's looking pretty nice in my opinion. The thing is, if you go for a flinger like down at the 6 o'clock side, you'll see this in Dark's video, which is actually where I kind of learned about this. Can I funnel this top side with just, you know, baby dragons and what I have? And I'm saying yes. So I'm going to go in here for the flinger. I'm trying to Warden towards this corner. Should have done that maybe earlier. Okay, yep, there is a skeleton trap. Should have guessed that. So I'm going to go Valka. Could have probably just went Barb. But yeah, like I said, can you funnel this top side to force your king into this multi-gear compartment? Then you can go with the flinger. And I think yes, because I'm just going to use 2 Rocketloons on the mortar, which will also get the dark spell factory. And then I can take out the laboratory with the baby dragon. And that'll force my king in. So that's what I'm going to do. I kind of want to take down this bomb tower, but there's definitely going to be Tesla here. Okay, there's actually not. That's a very big surprise to me. And I don't know how far my flinger is really going to get right here, but I'm going to take down that mortar. Okay, there's Tesla right there. So I'm just going to go for Invis. Going to hit the fireball. Nice. Little worried right there for a second, so I had to make sure I got the fireball down. And landed. We got it beautifully. And I'm going to start to pick these off. And I really got to make sure I go in right here with the king. He's got to get hooked in, so I'm going to be very diligent using my invis and stuff to make sure that nothing is getting hooked before my king here. Should be on him right here. Should be on him now, because I don't think yet my Rocketloon was in. Yep, there's the king. That's beautiful right there. So right through the Rage Tower on the back end. Warden actually goes down through the Ricochet. Maybe I could have used the, definitely could have used an invis right there to keep him alive, but it is what it is. I still think we're looking mighty fine, because there's just this Rage Tower compartment. That is literally all that's left. My queen is going in and wrecking this multi-inferno corner, but it's not dead yet, which means that my skeleton spell is not getting big value. Okay, now it is. I was waiting for it to go down there, but yeah, I'm going to rage up my queen, and she should cook through this whole compartment. Literally got a queen charge going on here. And the only problem is that when you do this, you run time risks, so I'm actually going to go in pretty early for this, because yeah, when I don't have the warden, it is definitely a lot slower, very noticeably. So yeah, I'm going to get a, whatever this is called, druid in, both druids actually, since my queen has healers, and yeah, we should be pretty good right here. But I still got to make sure that we get it, because it can be a little scary sometimes. There's a freeze. I'm going to rage up these druids with my royal champion, really make sure I get through this section. There's the queen ability to get nice tank right here. I'm actually going to invis my royal champion, make sure I'm tanking. The raged up druids should keep my royal champion alive. Yeah, look at that healing. My royal champion went through a crazy damage section right there and stayed alive to the druids. When my queen has the healers, there's no point using the druids as well, so make sure you recognize that, and hopefully, yeah, we'll get this clan castle in time. Nice. Make sure you recognize that when you're changing into a queen charge there, when you're diving with your Sui, you don't need to back it up with druids, and you can use them on your royal champion just like that. Nice. Let's get in the next one. All right, into the next attack is Zeus 2, clan I did CWL, and I have been finding them quite a bit. And I've hit this base, or a very similar style of base. I can't say necessarily it's the same base, but what I like to do is go for the fireball on a rage tower and then walk towards behind the spitter. So I'm looking at the best way to do that, and I think this should be pretty easy from this section. What I'm actually going to do right here is, first of all, make sure there's no huge trap with the red mines. I've ran into one of those already today. I was ready to ice block my healers. That was one thing I was getting ready to do. If all the mines were going to my healers, you got to do that. But yeah, taking an air defense right there, so this invis on the builder hut, multi-arch, and expo can be really simple. There's probably more Teslas. I see one right there. I'd rather expose them, to be honest, know where they all are, than maybe risk them popping up. So yeah, right there we're looking good. I'm going to wait for that to go down, and then yeah, 2 invis right here, pretty simple. Nice. I would have used 3 if I thought it was necessary to be certain, but I was certain with just those 2. And we should go to the right. Pretty easy stuff right here. I'm waiting to drop Rocketloons to test for black mines on the expo to pull CC, but it looks like it happens anyway. So I hope that's not on my healers, and if it looks like it's even close to tracking, okay, it's on my warden. That was a weird path though. If it was close to tracking, I'd invis my healers to force them to my warden. Because I don't have a nice block anymore. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. That's nice. And then I'm gonna start towards this monolith with my Sui. So I'm already starting on the hero hall, this really high hit point building, trying to funnel it quickly, and it needs time, so that's why I'm starting it pretty early. But there's the siege barracks. King, queen are in. Headhunter, keeping an eye on my warden, because he might get himself into a lot of damage right here. I'm going to use this to help on the ricochet cannon as well. Okay, there's a rage. Definitely going to need it right there. Might walk out of the town hall range and it be wasted, but it is what it is. Honestly, my P.E.K.K.A.s I think are kind of getting crushed right here. They're kind of doing nothing, dying to the queen and ricochet cannons, but I did need the siege barracks to funnel, so I guess I'll take that. Gonna rage right here, my warden, and invis just to make sure he stays alive. Might have wasted those spells though. And as my warden continues to walk this outside, I'm probably just gonna go with the World Champion for the town hall. So King ability is about to go off. World Champion's here to reinforce. There's the King ability through the Rage Tower. So King and Queen should get the Rage Tower compartment, no problem. The Druids were definitely a little early because they are already dead before the Queen really took any damage. Maybe they were topping her off, but still, I think they were definitely a little early. But yeah, as I said, look at the value of that World Champion taking out the Town Hall so it doesn't damage my troops on the way past, and everything is still full health. And I'm going to swag a Queen ability on this one, plus a freeze. Maybe the Queen's targeted right here. No, she's not. Yep, we're going to swag a Queen ability, nice, and a freeze. So pretty dominant attack right here, and a nice triple once again, which is always nice. Today's been going pretty smoothly, not going to lie. And yeah, I like to have spells as well, because if there's a corner Tesla, you can freeze and use the minions. Just the minions themselves won't actually get that. So yeah, 2 more, and let's make sure we lock it up. All right, the last two, and I'm facing Misa right here from Ajay Mubin. And, okay, an interesting core right here. Honestly, I know this base. I'm pretty sure I actually even have it. And what I did was a blimp through the town hall to the hook tower, but I don't know. Definitely don't want to risk that. There was a mortar up here in that one, but there was a lot of Tesla by these flags. So, yeah, I guess we'll see if there's Tesla still here. Okay, I don't see any. So I'm going to go for this instant fireball. It's going to be 3 invis spell just to be sure. There we go. Wasn't sure if there'd be Tesla or anything. Currently haven't found any, but there still might be. Yeah, interesting. I have this exact base design downloaded from the subscription I'm in, and I don't recognize this guy. I'm not saying he's not in it, or it's an alt account of somebody in it, but it is a little suspicious because I haven't seen this base yet. But yeah, I might whip out the blimp. Okay, I don't actually have it. I had it in my clan castle in that one example, but I might go with the log launcher through 6 o'clock to work its way into the core right here, but the warden should be pretty safe from all that. So yeah, I'm going to walk in right here. There's that, and yeah, as I said, I'm going to start directly from 6 o'clock because also I like getting the log launcher through the clan castle. That gets pretty good value every time, and yeah, I'll definitely take that because as you'll see right here, the ice golems are definitely getting slowed down by that. So I don't like seeing right there the queen almost getting hooked in. That was a little scary. I'm going to freeze this hook tower because I didn't know what it was on. It looks like it was a booger, but that did worry me a little bit. Yet my king hasn't been pulled in, which is also not ideal. So not a lot of great things happening so far, but there goes my king hooked into the core. That's beautiful. I'm going to rage out these Yetis with my queen and send a couple Rocketloons to make sure I get down this ricochet cannon because it's going to deal a lot of damage to me. My warden should be pretty safe for the rest of this attack, but I will keep an eye on him and be certain of that. There's an invis for the druids, honestly, mostly, because otherwise they were going to die right there, and I need them to heal up this queen for a bit. But yeah, I think at this point in the attack, I clear this base with the warden and the royal champion, so no longer worried. This one will be a triple. There's the world champion ability to get through that section and get me into the monolith quickly, but I'm going to take down the expo just to lessen the damage on me. And yeah, nice. This one's going to be a 3-star. Well executed. As I said, I hit this base with a battle blimp, actually. I didn't have one, so I swapped it for a log launcher, but that's what I did. I pretty much used the blimp, took out the whole core, and my Sui wrapped around, no problems. But yeah, very nice triple, and I feel like I lost track, but I think I have one more. If not, that's my mistake, and I guess I'll see you all tomorrow. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I have one more, so yeah, I guess we'll see after this attack. But nice 3-star. All right, we're into the final attack, and this is Lord JF from Cup Up, baby. I actually got hit by a lot of Cup Up players today, so interesting. And to look at this one, there's a decent fireball on the gear tower, and also a decent fireball on these rage towers naturally. So I want to see what I can do, though. The gear tower also sets a very good funnel, so I'm going to go for that fireball. Should be fairly simple and sets a good funnel, as I mentioned. So there we go, getting out the clan castle right there. And not quite sure yet where anything's going to go. My warden's got to pick a side. And I was thinking about maybe trying to take out an expo and then going the flinger down the opposite flank. But I think I'm just going to Sui down it. It should be nice and easy getting to the rage tower. That back end's a little scary, though, because the minion prince will kind of stop my royal champion if it's trying to go in for the crusher mortar, which I think is what I would do. But I feel like we should be good. Okay, I don't like that right there, but my warden, okay, he does go to the right. So now that the booger's tanking, I think 1 should be enough. I was going to use 2 again, but yeah, 1 is enough right there. Very nice. But there was a couple black mines, and the boogers don't tank that, so I'm going to go in. Yeah, look at that. 2 black mines pulled. Whole red mine farm. That was a beautiful, whatever that's called, Coco Loon. Okay, going for this dark storage right there. And yeah, I'm going to get the queen, king. Honestly, not going to go for the siege barracks yet because there's no value for it. I'm going to use it right here. And yeah, I'm going to probably wall break right here. I hope my king turns in. He should. Nice. Because the wall break's also helping now. Don't know the best way to get into there, though, to be honest with you. My wardens definitely need a rage, so I can't spend both of them right here. I'm probably going to try not to rage right here. Just go with druids and king ability, and hopefully, I think that should be enough to get through here. There's the queen ability, honestly, forced right there. King ability right here to get me through that section. And yeah, as I was saying, a pretty heavy back end. I'm going to rage my warden since this is raged up now. And okay, I want to try and get those Yetis in if I can. Warden's still looking all right. I got 2 invis, so I got to make sure my Warden stays alive, because at this point, he's kind of in charge of the Town Hall. It's kind of going to be everybody as I collapse on this base, but my Warden's part of that everybody, so I do need him to stay alive right here, and we should be looking good. My World Champion's doing fine. Probably going to freeze this section. Should have maybe ice blocked through the Giga Bomb to save my HP, but I'm happy with this right here. I could rage, but I'm just going to rage my Warden. As I said, once again, got to keep him alive. And yeah, World Champion should be good through this. Going to poison the skeleton traps, and Warden should walk around this base. If not, I got these Rocketloons through this section. I already checked for black mines, and the red mine farm already popped from. There's still more black mines though, which is crazy, but yeah, we're going to get this one. Nice. So another 320 on the day, which is always nice to get. And I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this one and learned something today. And yeah, that'll do it all for me today. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow once again. Hopefully we can get a defense on my last one and go positive. But regardless, nice day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.